Hey, what's up everyone, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about an update regarding Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 3. So, the article we're looking at is from Bloody Disgusting, and the headline reads, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 3 has officially been confirmed. According to the article, the Twisted Poohniverse expands with Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2, now playing in US theaters through tonight only, and a third installment is now on the way soon. Variety confirms this morning that Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 3 has been given the green light, with Jagged Edge Productions officially ordering up the third film. Variety notes, according to the producers, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 3 will have a bigger budget than the previous films, and will introduce new characters from the original Winnie the Pooh stories, including Rabbit, the Heffalumps, and the Woozles. We also know that, in addition to Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 3, the team is conjuring up horror movies based on Bambi, Peter Pan, Pinocchio, Sleeping Beauty, and more. The endgame? They actually do have one in mind. As we recently learned, all these individual movies will pave the way for Poohniverse, Monsters Assemble. The good news for the team is that Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 has won over even some of the harshest critics of the first film, with most agreeing it's a huge step up in quality. Paul Lay wrote in his review, right here on Bloody Disgusting, the flawed but enjoyable sequel defies expectations, albeit low ones, and outperforms its predecessor on most levels. On top of a better story, Blood and Honey 2 benefits from higher production values. Paul's review continues. The detailed creature designs and suits are more convincing than before. They don't just look like actors in masks anymore. The extra funding also allows for elaborate set pieces, including a rave set mass murder and a brief but exciting chainsaw sequence. Tonight, which is March 28th, is the final night to see Blood and Honey 2 in theaters, as the Fathom Events run was from March 26th to 28th only. So if you want to see it on the big screen, get out there tonight. So it looks like with the success of Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 3 has officially been announced. And just to give you an idea of what the ratings for the film are like, here they are. According to IMDb, it's getting a 6.2 out of 10, and Rotten Tomatoes, it's getting a 50%, at least according to the critic score. And if we look at the Rotten Tomatoes score for the first Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, you'll see it didn't do too well. It got a 3% according to critics, and then 50% according to the audiences, which isn't too bad of an audience score in my opinion. And when you compare these scores to the scores of Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2, you'll notice a significant increase, with 50% of the critics favoring it and 83% of the audience score saying that they liked it. So unfortunately, I was someone who was unable to go see this movie while it was in theaters because of the limited run and other plans that I had commitments for. I just couldn't make the time to go out and see this when it was in theaters. But it appears as though it's exceeded everyone's expectations. I don't think that there were too many people out there who thought this was going to be a good horror movie, considering how low of ratings the first one received. And it kind of makes me wonder if this movie might have changed anyone's minds regarding the horror parody movies that we've been seeing recently. I've heard some people online say, oh, these horror parody movies are bad for horror. They are going to somehow hurt horror, and they're bad for the horror genre, and something like that. Personally, I don't understand why. If you're someone who believes that, please leave a comment down in the comment section explaining, just your opinion, why you think this is bad for horror, why you think this is hurting horror. Personally, I believe that there have been worse horror movies that were released than Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, and I don't think that those had any negative impacts on the horror genre as a whole. And it makes me wonder if the higher ratings with Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 compared to the first one, if some people might have changed their minds regarding that, if they've thought, oh, this is horrible, this is hurting horror, and then Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 comes out and it does really well and it gets somewhat good ratings. I wonder if that's going to cause people to be like, oh, maybe this isn't hurting horror, maybe this is, neutral, maybe it doesn't have an impact at all. So that's one thing that I'm curious about. Yeah, so after reading this article, I'm even more excited about going out to see Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2, especially knowing that the third one has just been announced, is in production, at least the early stages, and that these movies have a bigger end game in mind, where they're going to somehow have kind of like a cinematic universe kind of thing with all the horror movie parody people like Peter Pan, Cinderella, whatever they said. So that's kind of exciting to look forward to. It'll be interesting to see how that goes about and how they execute that. But until that time comes, I can't wait to see Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, especially after hearing a bunch of positive reviews. People say that they really liked it, that it's a lot better than the first one. So that's really good to know. So that's all that I have for you today. What are your thoughts on Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 3? Also, what are your thoughts on Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2? Did you get a chance to see it in the theaters? What'd you think of it? Do you think this movie is pretty good? Do you think the critic scores for the second movie are accurate? Just let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.